All right. I think we're live. I will get this going in the background. Let's see, we got chat up there. Cool. I just figured I'd work with you guys today. I'm plugging away on a video and figure I would take you guys along for the ride on how I animate these. I'm working on a video about canister filters and how and when to service them, kind of thing. I figured I'm sitting here, why not answer questions if I got them, but I'll kind of be working and answering questions as they pop up. I figured it'd be kind of cool to see the background workings of After Effects and Character Animator, which is what I use for Phyl. Okay, so back to work. If you've got a question, you can ask me. You'll kind of hear what's going on. Oh, you know what? I need desktop audio up, so let's do this. Let me turn this down even more if I can. And I'll turn this up. Okay. I'm working on another monitor that I normally don't work on, so it's a little weird. It's like working left-handed, but here we are. LG part of the website. I got to a part where I was talking about GFO. I had to get into my canister to pull it out, and a lot of chemical filtration, if you don't pull it out, just start leaching back into the water column. So I was putting a little reference to the algae guide on the site, which is in our articles section. Okay, looks like we're doing good. Let's refresh this. I want to see. Put in a little reference to the algae. Yeah, cool. Mike, what's up, dude? That's weird. That didn't come through. Oh, it did. Okay, maybe I just saw it. Doing well, Mike. Just working today, and I was like, you know what? Let's work with people. Let's work with my viewers. So I'm in After Effects right now, doing my thing. I was saying I was just referencing this the algae guide because I have all this information that I wrote on this algae guide. I feel like it's underutilized, to be honest. That and my forum. I don't know why I don't get any love on the forum, but I don't know. Here we are. Oh, yeah. What are you up to today, Mike? Doing your water change? It's Friday. It's a little early if you are. Let's see. And that comes in. That slides in. Let me hear my audio. Oh, I don't know. This video is, I don't know. I always self-doubt, and I create stuff not just to create stuff, just working, watching fish tanks. Hell yeah, that's what's up. I always create this stuff, and I'm like, I don't know if anyone's gonna like it or enjoy it, and then sure shit, man, people will comment, oh, this was great, I loved it. Well, I'm like, I don't know. I have two at work. Oh, dope. I used to have my reef tank in my office, and I could swivel around and look at it. Now procrastinating on your video. yeah. You know, we could be doing something more productive. Hey, I'm gonna be less productive today, but it's a little video, so I wouldn't obviously be doing this if I probably was working, but. But I'm glad I can hang with you while you're procrastinating. Let's bring the GFO back. Do. Yeah, exactly. That's kind of what it is, and I think I don't think it is. It is the artist in me that just is self-doubting things, and two, people are kind of fucking rude on chats and things of that nature. They're just like, fuck this guy, and it's like, I don't even know you. Who are you? some Russian dude last week was like, do you have to have the fucking annoying music in the background of your videos? And I was like, you don't have to watch my shit, man. Like, come on, go somewhere else. And then that dude, he just clipped, what show was it? Oh, some TV show. He just did like shorts of clips on that show, and that was all that he did. I'm like, not even creating anything original, and you're bashing my shit. Whatever. All right. All right. Yeah. People are. So I'll give it a little fade, huh? My inner workings. And I got text down here, I believe. No, that's the wrong text. I got a couple texts in here I can jack and then just This was a cool article, Mike. This was talked about. I never had proof. I think you commented on it, did you? They found nitrifying, bacteria living with chloramines in Australia. And I never had, I heard about this many years ago, but I never had a scientific article to back it up. But it basically is just saying that we can rinse our biomedia out without any issues. You know, I think it's up to, I referenced it in the video, it's up to like 33 hours that nitrifying bacteria can sit with chloramine and not have an issue. So now, you know, I'm showing my process. This is a weird video, but I'm showing the process of me cleaning out my canister and using tap water. Yeah, cleaned out 4 canisters after the chat. Yeah, exactly. Okay, you did. You know, I'm hosing this stuff down and people are like, oh, gasp. You know, I'm like, no, this is what, you know, mechanical filtration is for, is to beat the heck out of it. And even, you know, we don't beat the heck out of our ceramic rings, but let's see here. Yeah, right here. You know, I just rinse them out and then I keep them wet. I throw them in a bowl of water. If I'm not fully dumping out the canister, you have 3 more to do. Yeah, I know, man. There's always something to do. My daughter threw in a ton of fish food. I think you might have saw that. And it's taken me so much time to get it back. All my stems in the back were jacked, so I had to pull those out and replant them. And I got a couple new plants because I wasn't super happy with my plant selection. But yeah, it's just, there's always something to do, which is cool. I like it. But when I get behind and then I don't have time to get the tank going again, it just takes a while. It takes like 3 or 4 sessions to get everything back on track, and then it's looking good again, you know. But kids and businesses and all that stuff, it just takes a while. Trees out there slowing down the good stuff. Yeah. Maybe this weekend. I did some maintenance last night, which was cool. That helped a lot. Got my rocks all cleaned up because those are looking all nasty. And yeah, let's see here. We'll start leaching. It's funny, my business partner, he likes to watch me work. He's just like, it's such a trip. Sometimes we'll work together when we're working on a project, just because it's a little easier than going back and forth with emails and stuff. But pondering doing some video content, live plan. Do it, man. Do it. I mean, my thought process behind it is we can never, true hobbyists who are good people, solid people, want to see just binge content. We just want to watch fish tank stuff, right? Escape the world for, 30 minutes to an hour or whatever, right before we go to bed or whatever. And you just bring us joy throughout the day, right? And I think that's what this is why I did my content and started my channel. 1, to teach, obviously. But 2, like, we can't have enough content to binge and like geek out with and comment on. And I mean, it's really what I think social media should be. It's not really, it's very toxic and there's a lot of politics and all this other BS. But I really think it's just a place for our people to connect. You get it, obviously, because look, you're on here commenting and working with me at this point. But dude, do it. I got another buddy, Jillian's Fish Tanks, Jillian's Shrimp. Oh shoot, now I'm forgetting the official name of it. But let's see if I can pull it up over here. He did the same thing. I was like, bro, do a channel. So he does content when he can, obviously. But Jillian's Fish. Yeah, here you go. Jillian's Fish. It's so much fun. Get at her, Ben. It's so much fun just to see him playing around. He's into these sequoia lights, so he's trying to get me to do them. But dude, content. We can't have enough content, I think. And fun, pure content, not like oh, I'm gonna get rich. Let's blast this stuff out with AI and all this other BS. Like, but honest content of just posting what brings you joy and others sharing that joy with you. Okay. For everyone, encourage people to get to the next. Totally. Do it. 1000%, dude. I'll subscribe. Yeah, so I rinse these kids off. They didn't look too bad. Sometimes there'll be like big brown chunks on them, and that'll like you can't see what I'm doing. I'll shake it up and down and just try to knock a lot of that stuff loose. This actually looked pretty good. Sometimes I'll dump the whole thing out in a bowl of water and then use my hand to agitate it and then dump it back. Because underneath I mentioned, let's see, I think I mentioned it later here. In this kid, it had a bunch of black stuff. Yeah, right there. That stuff, it will end up getting into this grate and it'll like greatly reduce flow. The problem I had is my canister like basically wasn't turning anything over, and I was like, all right, time to get in here. And it was after a few months, but look at this. Wow. This was from when my daughter tossed a bunch of fish food in, and I had to do a bunch of water changes, and I was using a turkey baster to blow into the corners of the soil, and it just was kicking up all this gunk, man. And then, I mean, that was a 3-hour maintenance session, and then I have to go do life stuff. I have to go adult for a while. And then, come back into the canisters. Yep, the water's crystal clear at this point, but the canister's now like choking, like doesn't have enough flow going through it because of all the crap that did. So, yeah, whatever. So I just rinsed this guy off. Let's see. Yeah, I got to get those chunks out, man. I don't know how people run these swamps where they have sponge filters. It's like, do you know how much crap is in your tank? PVC replacement for bio balls. Oh, that's kind of cool. You should use PVC? Oh, I've never messed with that before. Dude, I'm such a ceramic rings fan. I've been using that stuff since like 2005. I bought some matrix to be like, does it do anything different than what I'm observing with ceramic rings? No. I mean, you could probably, what I think is a matrix is for is you can use less of it and filter just as much ammonia as these ceramic rings. So let's say, I don't know, 50 grams of matrix is the equivalent of 200 grams of ceramic rings or something like that. So like more efficiency, has more efficiency per square inch or volume or whatever. That's where I think something that's super fancy kind of comes in clutch. But I run these canisters and I got a whole tray full of ceramic rings on a 30-gallon. And I never do I see ammonia or nitrates. People are like, oh, you got to check it, like newer hobbyists. It's like, no, man, I don't check it ever. I haven't checked it in years. If I do see an issue, like what causes it? Cyano sometimes will cause, ammonia will cause cyano. So then I'll check and see if, maybe there's a dead spot or there was some algae ammonia, maybe a fish died and like it was poor flow in an area and the ammonia just kind of kicked up some cyano. But that's it. Other than that, man, I never check my stuff. Use sponges. Sponges, like sponge filters? Oh yeah, plants definitely help with the spikes. Mine, this was the last known good picture of my tank. I'm trying to get it back. Let's see if I can grab it. This kid. This was before the reckoning. Well, this is actually also a good one. It's nice, fuzzy. But yeah, after this, my kid dumped a bunch of stuff in the tank, and yeah, I don't think I have a picture on my system. No. But yeah, that was it. We're trying to get back to this. I got the rocks all cleaned up. I got all this pulled out, moved this over because this is taking over the Atra. Oh, we're getting there, man. It's just gonna take some time, obviously. Sponge filters, yeah. Yeah, I'm just not a fan. I can't do sponge filters, man. I don't know why. Just knowing what I know about filtration, I'm like, I can't do it. I know they got sponge filters got their use. Let's see. Maybe I should. I want to pop Phyl back in. I try to like sprinkle them in to break it up so it's not just 100% video. So let's pop this over here. I already got my keys, so I can just pull this over. Let's see as that comes out. I'll pop him back in. This music's probably gonna get this thing demonetized, but I don't care. That's just working. Okay, we'll pull him back out. You know what I do, man? I create. I hate it. I do not like portrait videos. Let's see, YouTube has been my daughter's softball until this year. Oh, yeah. So a couple things. I hate shooting in portrait. I like landscape just because I don't know. It's designed better that way. Wide, our eyes are wide. They're not on top of each other. Our eyes are meant to view content that way. But what I'll do is I'll use TikTok's app because I really like it to create my content from my phone, do my voiceover, do all of that stuff, and then there's an option to save the file out when you're done, when you post. Then I'll take that file that is portrait, obviously, throw it on my Instagram, and then throw it on YouTube Shorts. So you only have to edit one video, but then you can throw it on different channels, which is cool. And then my Instagram automatically feeds to my Facebook. It would be nice to have an app, and I'm sure there is if you paid for one, to have it post on all your platforms, but I don't know. I don't like paying for all that dumb stuff. I can do it myself. But definitely, the other thing I was going to say, definitely create a channel, because if you start mixing personal stuff with fish tank stuff, if you want to have a dedicated channel, it'll end up like screwing up the algorithm and it won't serve your content, which again, my whole purpose is not to get rich off of this. It's to help others and enjoy myself and have fun when work is slow. But you want it going out to people. You want people to see what you're doing, obviously. So definitely don't mix like personal and work stuff together. There you go. We'll grab this kid. No, this one. Yeah, there was another. I'm a winemaker, and there was a YouTube channel who got a really big following from making wine and showing how they make wine and mead and beer, and then they turned it into this homesteading channel where they were also doing like gardening and all this other stuff, and then they were complaining that YouTube, like, their views just skyrocketed down. It just plummeted, because they started mixing gardening content and like winemaking content. So the algorithm gets like confused, and you had this huge following, and then you no longer are getting those viewerships because maybe they changed your algorithm and you're in another section of YouTube now, on this corner shelf up top because you're a new gardening channel. So yeah, it's like just stick to one thing and do that one thing really well, kind of like in and out, and you'll be good. YouTube will recognize you and know where to put you, Just so then they go widescreen. Just full screen them? Oh, yeah, I know. It's just, sometimes it just screws it up. So then I got black on the top and black on the bottom when I do landscape. I hate it. As a creative, I hate it. Here we are, living in some kid's TikTok world. I'll say this. Water flows through coarse medium, fine sponges. See, I run sponge filters. They're just crammed into a canister. There you go. Say then fine. split it here. Splitting hairs at this point. Just hiding, exactly. So I am a sponge filter user. Oh, that looks. Both of them look weird. So what does it say? The water. Whatever. I was really surprised at this, man. This was so gunked. It's funny how, I mean, look at my course was not great. But look at, that's not too bad. And then you get to this section, and it was bad. Let's see, especially these fine sponges. And this was the more medium stuff. And this stuff had so much crap in it. Look at that. Look at this. Yep. And there's people that are like, I haven't cleaned my canister out in 5 years. I'm like, bro, you gotta go. You got something to do this weekend. It's the same deal. I get all that scrubbed out. Yeah, that gunk. My tank was telling me with some diatoms. Oh, bummer, dude. But hey, at least you're listening to your tank. That's what it is, man. It's like, when you get to be more of an advanced hobbyist, you can just look at someone's tank and be like, this is what you need to do. And how do you know? You know, that's like all those Facebook groups we're on, man. I'll be like, just, hey, can I see a picture of the tank? You know, sure. I'm like, oh, here's your problem.
Cold plunges, gratitude journals, screen detoxes. How do you know it actually works? With a 4.9 rating from 1.7 million client reviews, you're in good hands with BetterHelp, where you can talk with real licensed therapists, not AI. Wellness shouldn't be overwhelming, and therapists can help figure out what's best for you. And yeah, it might involve a screen detox. Visit betterhelp.com/pressplay.
Maybe I'll throw him back in here.
Off your first month. That's betterhelp.com/pressplay.
Yeah, let's throw him in here. What time is it? I gotta pack a couple orders in a couple hours, but we're good on time. Oh, he's kind of in the way, huh? Where's my filter floss? I got a new system this year, early this year, late last year. And all my stuff is on my old system. So I've been gimping along here trying to make things work. I need to back up my other stuff is what I need to do. I love this roll stuff. The tariffs kind of screwed it a little bit, and then the price hasn't come back down on them. Let me see if it has. Amazon.com filter floss, because it was like $15 for a huge roll. That stuff would last me forever. Yeah, big kahuna. Yeah, see, it's still high. The 10 feet. It used to be 15 feet, I think, for like $16. Now tariffs are back down. See, I don't want to assume they're doing something fishy, but I have a feeling that people are going to use the tariffs as like, oh, that's why the prices are so high. But it should, they shouldn't be, especially when they come back down. But it depends on obviously when you buy it. If you bought a ton during the tariffs, then you got a bunch of high tariffed products sitting around that you still have to sell. It's so weird working on this other monitor. Oh yeah, totally. Mine was so jacked. I should have changed it, but I had like a couple hours to film while my kids were gone because they're crazy feral. And I was like, for another day. Yeah, cool thing, Tropica found a way to bypass the tariffs. They somehow moved their shipping plant, not plant, but how do I say that? The logistics of shipping into Washington, because they're right in Vancouver, right on the other side of the border of the states. So all my cups have come back down. As I'm ordering them and I'm restocking, I'm dropping the price back down because I was eating a good amount. I was eating like 25%, I think, of the cups cost, just in tariffs to try to help keep the cost of the cups down for everyone. And I was like, well, we'll do this for 4 years, I guess. But then they found a way around it, which was really cool. Let's see. Oh, talk about the prices of cups going. Yeah, dude, it sucks. I mean, that's not benefiting anyone. Tariffs, I don't understand. I'll pop Phyl on the left here. But yeah, again, they went back down. Someone's pinging me for work. Are like 45. Files. Okay. Sorry, a bunch of people pinging me for work and stuff. Yeah. All right. Let's keep animating. Yeah, so tariffs, not fun, but they figured it out. And now prices are going back down, which is cool. Which is what I want for our hobby. I just want everyone... I started selling cups, like, no joke, for selfish reasons. I wanted access to Tropica, and I didn't have it. I had the ability. I'm like, well, I got companies, I got a seller's permit. I don't know, I just sell cups myself. So I did. Here we are. I think I've been selling them for about 5 years now. +4, but I wanted access to them all the time. And then there wasn't really a good online source for cups that was like kind of reliable that you could go to just for all the cups. So I wanted to be that for the hobby. I guess not that I wanted to be it. I had the ability to, and I felt a sense of like, well, someone's got to do this for the hobby. Maybe a responsibility. Not that it's mine, but I don't know. Mine too, man. I don't know. I'm always like, oh, I could fit this in. One more plant, right? Until they start encroaching on each other and then killing each other off. That's not cool. Well, maybe I'll move them back. I want people to see that. Mike, are you a one more plant kind of guy? It'll fit. I got room, so I'll make room. Yeah, dude, naturally. Sorry, I took a drink of something. Naturally, I lean towards chaos with tanks, like jungly. I love it. It seems like organized chaos, which I love. Yeah, I'll just pop them in for a little bit, just to break up. Whoa! Look at that. It's taking off. Pop back down. Canister with water. I see a lot of people fighting with their canisters, and I fill them with water prior. You do my little pump, 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 pump. There you go, and it just kicks all the water out the top, and I like never have to fight with them like I used to. The only other thing that would screw me up when I was learning about these in particular, you have two seals. You got one seal, this big one, the big O-ring, but then you got seals in here, and all of a sudden I'd be getting water like popping out the side. Let's see. Maybe this shot's best. Underneath here, I get water dripping. And I'm like, where the heck is this coming from? It's right by where the O-ring is. But come to find out, it's popping out of these little baby O-rings in the Aquastop. I maybe sold or threw away 2 canisters. Fluval won't get back with you at all. Holy crap, Mike. You're going 65 tanks in a 35 tank zone, bro. A 125, 275s, a 55, 230, 36 gallons, 320s, 210s, 4 or 5. Oh, dude. Mostly nano fish. Bro, your water change day was like a marathon. I can't do that. I have to dump all my energy into one tank anymore. Only because, time constraints. I'm trying to do other things in life too, right? And even then, my tank's been a mess for weeks at this point. I haven't got it back to where I even want to share it. I just don't have the time. Here we are. But yeah, so anyways, this thing would leak on me, dude. And I learned like if it does start leaking, you can take it apart. It's jank, and you can throw a bunch of plumber's tape on some of the seals, and it gets you by until one arrives in the mail kind of thing. Or arrives on the brown chuck, as I tell my daughters. Checking all my posts real quick. Not like posts on social media, but people be dinging me. Okay, all is well with the world. All right. What was I doing here? What do I want to do here? I think I have the study. Maybe I'll bring the study back up. Just as something visual cool. Cool and visual, I'll say. Well, I already got keys. That's nice. Can use your tank water. Won't make this guy big. We'll just turn it all regular. What? Can't make you so much. Oh, wifey's checking in. Thank you, wifey. Okay. We'll scoot this back then. All right, man. I'll remember that too. Have a good rest of your day, Mike. Thanks for coming and hanging out for a little bit. Where? Oop, no. Bring this guy down, cut it out. And fade this out as well. Phyl over? Where's my Phyl? Where's my Phyl? Is he down here? Oh, yes. Burp, burp, burp. And back in the center, roughly. And we gotta parent this to them. And I need to bring this back. I'll go back up. I got some tails I gotta clean up too. Yeah, we got an F-zone light. Oh, you too, bud. Good luck with all the water changes. I hope they go smoothly for you. Yeah, this is going to be cool. I got F-zone. I love F-zone. If you guys, it's clear, obviously, that I love them. I think it's just a good, whatchamacallit, value. Value. It's a good bang for your buck kind of thing. And a lot of this stuff is working on my mini canisters and sourcing product for my mini canisters, parts I should say. It's all made from like 2-3 people in the world, like these regulators. Unless, even then, actually, I can't even say that. I was gonna say, unless they're making them in the States. Like I'm buying all my stuff overseas and then I'm producing the mini canisters myself. But I'm still buying all the stuff for it from like 2 people. Like I started the mini pumps I have. I found like at Walmart or something, and they were like $15. They were $20. They were kind of pricey, so I'm like, they got to be cheaper. So then I found them on AliExpress, and then I learned that AliExpress is just a marketplace, I should say, for Alibaba, and then Alibaba is where you find the manufacturers themselves. So I found the manufacturer recently of the pump, so I'm gonna get, I don't know, like 100 of them or something like that. Just have them around so I can build the little mini canisters. Now that the tariffs are back down, which is great, and I hope they stay that way. And I got to get it while I can. If it does jack back up, then, you know, I have what I have to make what I can. But I don't know, I went on a tangent. I'm excited to use this. I got the unboxing filmed and just got to get it set up on the tank and do a dual, that's what makes it a little more difficult, do a dual recording. Because I use my phone for all this stuff. But I can jack the wifey's phone, do a static shot, and then screen capture my phone as I'm playing around with the app and stuff. So that's that. Got Etsy customers hitting me up. Okay. So what I do is I go through and do my head movements for Phyl, get the voice in. I get a placement where I want him. You know, just try to scatter him through the program. And then from there, I add all my hand movements and stuff. Later, Mike. And some of the mouth movements are gone too, which maybe we can work on together. But this is feeling like a good mix. Little text. I don't like a lot of text anymore if I can help it, if I'm showing something. This I want. Maybe not a levels. Maybe I need a curve. Delete this kid. Yeah, I want to crunch. No, why'd you do that? RGB, dude. Okay. Oh, I think I grabbed the red. Too big of a crunch. See how it's washed out and then you get some contrast on that? There you go. That works. Whoa. Okay. Let's render out a thing of this. Let's get organized first. Graphics. This goes in video. Do I not have a video on yet? I guess not. Video. Collapse that. Shadow. These will go into there. Yeah. How dare I? Let's stay organized. There you go. Problem solved. Kick it out to media encoder. Dude, my connection's solid. Glad I'm not crashing. I gotta try to come back and do Phyl. at some point. Why does Mike have a little thing on him? He might have been a what do they call it, a super viewer or something? Oh, someone else popped out. One sec, I'm on another screen working. Oh, I gotta get rid of this thing. Who is it? Oh, what's up? I don't even know how to say your name. I'm animating one of my programs. I was working today. I've been wanting to go live more with ASG. And I was working on a video today, a mellow Friday. I'm waiting for clients and stuff to get back with me. So I was like, thinking to myself, shoot, I should really be, going live and whatever. And I'm like, well, screw it. I'll just go live while I'm working. And then I can answer questions about the video I'm animating. I'm animating how to maintain a canister filter. And you can do this. Dump a bunch of tap water on your biomedia and nothing will happen. Gasp. YouTube. ASG's channel. Going live while animating. But I just finished animating this. Where is this? Is this Phyl? Why is that Phyl way up there? And I was thinking of maybe going through character animator together. Why is that so high? Oh, it just maybe got misplaced. Or there was two of them. I don't know. But yeah, if you got questions about aquascaping, I'm more than happy to answer them. Otherwise, you can hang out with me while I work. Let me kill this over here. I'll do this again. I had a bar up at the top. I wanted to... Hey, come on. I was going to do a test render, and I got to get hand movements on him. But what I do is I get him in the program. I have him pop in and out where he needs to be because he's not in the entire thing. And then what I like to do is then put hand movements in because I get all this stuff. I don't know when he's going to be. I don't want to put hand movements in the entire thing. 20 minutes. No, this one's shorter. Let's see, 8 minutes. So I don't do 8 minutes of hand movements if he's only going to be in the program for 2 minutes, right? So thanks, man. I appreciate that. The whole point, I was talking earlier in the stream that like I started making content, like I don't even know if anyone's gonna watch this stuff, right? Like who knows? But I'm like, I don't know, if it helps like 5 people, then cool. I'll create it. I enjoy it. It's fun for me. I get used to filming. I was really shy about filming. So here we are kicking this guy off. I got really shy about it and then was like, screw it. If I can help like 5 people, then cool. And it seems to help newbies, and that was the whole intention. I'm not trying to, go expert level stuff. I guess we could do like a master series or something, but I don't consider myself a master. I consider myself extremely experienced. But I don't know. Maybe that's, again, as I said prior, the artist in me just self-doubting. So going back, that'll render out 4 minutes, which isn't bad. Let's collapse this out. And actually, let me pull character animator out. So I need to reference where he's going to be. Here. And actually, let me put this out live on the live out on Facebook. Post. There we go. And I'll post this on. Come work with me. Okay, so that's out and live. Character animator's a lot of fun. Wow. Because... Oh, I need to do this though. Calibrate it. Oh, I'm not really centered. Oh, well, let's see if I can. Now you see what I look like. You see my mug. If I calibrate it, snaps too. And then I got this. And I can go, hey, wah, wah. This is the live rig for what I was doing, but I want to go, actually, let's kill this guy. That's taking a bram. So I go back up to this scene, and here I am. Crappy part is the system will end up taking my audio and doing these visemes, these mouth movements, but it failed like a ton of times. I'll get like 1 or 2 sometimes. It just pooped the bed this time around, so I have to go in here and do all these mouth movements, which is not fun. Oh, what are you doing here, Phyl? Let me turn that off. Actually, oh yeah, I'll just turn that off for processing power's sake. Okay. Screen's a little cut off, but you can see stuff. No, the painstaking thing of doing visemes. Oh. So I have to go through here. Now you can see why it's nice to have it automated. You have a 10-gallon pH 7.5, GH 12, KH 9, TDS 220. I don't really do anything with TDS. Ammonia, I did a 50% water change. I did a 50% water change to get them to these levels. Okay. That's good. I mean, it all sounds okay. GH is a little high. I'm sorry. Yeah, GH and KH a little high for what I think it should be if you're doing a planet tank. Remember those Neos. There you go. I was going to say the GH of 12 is good for shrimp, specifically Neos. If you have Neos, you can drop the KH down. I like, since you're a TDS user, I assume you use something like Salty Shrimp. And it's a great product if you know what you're doing and you have the knowledge to adjust GH and KH independently. It's a shortcut. I like to teach, as you've probably seen from the water chemistry video, to have independent control of GH and KH. Just because, like, your GH is fine, but what if you want to bring the KH down and you're using Salty Shrimp, GH, KH? You can't do that. It'll just boost it back up. So, with all that being said, the only thing I would change is drop your KH down. You only need like 4. I'm now running KHs of 0. I haven't done a KH 0 on a Neo tank yet. I don't know if I would. I would have a little bit of KH in there for them, like 2 to 4. But the GH, fine. I would keep GH at 12. That's solid. The first time I ran Neos, I was like, let's see how far I can push this. Like, at what point does a Neo start to die? And for science, I don't like killing things, right? But CO2 injected, high par. My TDS was like 450 because I was dosing the EI method. And my micros had copper in it because everyone's like, oh, you can't put copper, blah, blah, blah. And everything was fine until I started doing, I was keeping up on my 50% water changes, and I started noticing deaths when I was doing high TDS and then high water changes. What I did was I halved it. So I was doing half the amount of dose of the EI method that I would normally do, and then half the amount of water changes. And then everything was like solid. Let's see if I have, I think this is the video. Yeah. Yeah, this is it. So, I mean, look at this, dude. TDS of 450. This is why, there you go, all those babies. This is why I don't really care about TDS to some degree. It just says you have dissolved solids in your water. Great. Okay, well, what does that mean? Like, what are those dissolved solids? That's what we need to know. So, this is at a GH of 12, KH of 4. TDS floated around 350 to 450 due to fertilizer. Look at all this purling. Look at all this. The tank was so happy. Fluval stratum, a crappy, like, first-gen Coral Life LED light. It's like one of the first on the market way back when. And this was taken in 2018, 2019, somewhere in there. I think post-COVID. So yeah, this is it. And getting blasted with CO2, getting blasted with fertilizer, and everything's like super happy. So that's my story. I'm sticking to it. Who be digging any? Hope that helps. Ask more questions if you got them. I'll keep animating. Fluval. I love me. Vol. Flu. Silence. Three. O. S. This is why it's nice to have this thing animated or automated. 7. Oh. That's right. I have a Sora. You have a Sora. I've got a buddy who loves those. At 20% brightness, using the app, you said, oh, cool, you got Photon. Will that be enough for night light plants? You don't want to, I wouldn't recommend keeping your light on at night. I recommend do your 8 hours, maybe 10 hours max. Light turns off. I mean, I don't like using nature as an example. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes it makes sense. Sometimes it doesn't, right? Nature, you get healthy systems, you get unhealthy systems, and all that jazz. So anyways, sun comes up, comes down, right? Done. That's it. The only time you would get a quote-unquote night light is moonlight. And I don't know. I should test the brightness of a moonlight, the par. So like the par of a sunlight, I think is either 2,500 or 25,000. I want to lean towards 2,500. So at 25, yeah, I think you're just going to run into algae issues, unfortunately. So my gut, I'll say this, my gut, after 20 years of doing this, have your light come on for your 8 hours, 10 if you really want to push it. You'll see the plants actually close up. Some of the stems will go from like bushy out to the close up. And then have your light come off and just be done. I know it sucks. We want our lights and tanks on like all the time, but yeah, I wouldn't. It just, you'll run into issues. Or try it. Maybe do a little experiment if you don't mind trimming things out and down and getting stuff cleaned up. Try it. Do 25 par is pretty low. Like it's like the cutoff is generally around 40. So 1 part of 39 par is like low lighting, but you're still not giving plants a break. You know what I mean? So that's where my gut comes in. But again, sorry, tangent. Try it and see what happens with it. See if you get algae. See if the plants are healthy. What'll happen is you'll just get algae. Yeah, I don't know. Don't suggest it, but for science, you can try it out. It's a hard portion to animate. Maybe I'll just do this. Yeah, you got it, dude.
En Verizon tenemos una gran noticia para tu
On
tranquilidad.
my-
Todos nuestros clientes, ya sean nuevos o existentes, se llevan 3 años de precio bajo garantizado en cualquier
The wifey
plan
jumped
con
on
MyPlan.
stream.
Además, llévate un
Yeah,
teléfono nuevo
we're doing
y
character
recibirás
animator right now.
de una
I was
de las
animating
mejores
for a
marcas.
bit.
Visita tu
And we had here, this was rendering. So now I got a reference of where I'm at. I'm from the aquascapeguide.com. Guess what? Well, yeah, fun. My daughters could probably see me. Normally I don't show my mug because I don't really care to show my mug. I'd rather have people see Phyl. I guess I don't need it. You already saw it, so it doesn't matter. On my 30 gallon. Yeah, I'll leave it on. Why not? You guys can see my mug. Are we going to see this video tomorrow? I don't know. I would love it if I could have it live today. I may need one more day. Being live answering questions doesn't help, obviously, but yeah, it is what it is. I wanted to be able to be live and be available for questions, and people can see the process behind this. It's not painstaking because I enjoy it. It's just a lot of work to get these videos live, and do with whatever you want with that information. But I work hard on them, and I want others to be able to enjoy them. So I just like a certain level of polish, I guess, at the end. I don't know. Maybe if I can get it done today, that'd be a score. Get it live. Again, I got another video I want to do for F-Zone and their solo light. So that's next on the docket. I think I might film it Sunday, and then either today, Monday, have this video out, and I can get working on the other one for F-Zone. They sent me a little nano light for the nano tank I have, and I want to play with it and test power and do all that fun stuff. So water box. You know what I'll do? This is pretty boring for viewers. Now that it's done, let's switch. Well, hello there. Phyl here, and I'm from the aquascapeguide.com. You'll be waiting. Cool. Guess what? It's not an amazing video, but it just shows how I service my canister and goes over some science on nitrifying bacteria living with chloramines. And basically, don't worry if you end up using some tap water to rinse something off real quick, right? There's a lot of people, especially in the shrimp hobby, worried about copper, where you don't really need to be worried about copper. If you're dosing a ton of copper or way overdosing micros, yeah, you probably run into an issue. But the same with tap water on our biomedia. A little bit of tap water isn't going to kill anything. And I actually show the process. Everything in my canister gets rinsed out and cleaned out with tap water, and I never have an issue. If you have a newly established tank, maybe I wouldn't be doing that. I would let things get really seasoned. But all this media and all this stuff that I'm working with, I've been using for years. It's bulletproof and very mature. And then even when I rescape, I don't get a new canister. I don't get it. It's just the contents inside the water box is getting replaced. And even then, I'm still using the same soil. I'm still using the same hardscape. So yeah, it's just bulletproof. So you see all my gunk. And the reason I had to get in there is I had to pull out the GFO that I had running a prior scape. I used some rocks locally on my mountain, and it leached phosphates like crazy. The rocks got covered, they were disintegrating, but they were getting covered in BBA. I had hair algae all over my substrate. I'm like, what the heck is going on? And it leached so much phosphates, it was 2 to 3 parts per million, that I started getting, the aqua soil absorbed all of these phosphates, and then it was leaching phosphates for 2-3 months after I changed everything. So I had this from a reef tank that I had, and I'm like, screw it, I'm going to throw it in. But if you leave it in too long, it'll start leaching phosphates again, and that's what I expressed here, actually. Right? Yeah. So I had to get in and take it out, and I'm like, well, since I'm in there, it's been 3 or 4 months, I'm going to rinse the canister out, and then I'm writing an article, and then this will go into the article. It's all kind of put together. But let's do this. What I'll do is I'll animate his hands, because that's more fun. What I'm going to do, I'm going to put this on another screen so I can see timestamps, and then we'll come in here, and I'll ditch this kid, and we'll do more fun stuff. Because Visemes, that's going to take me just an hour of concentration to get that down. I don't need this. Let's see. We'll need this. I got triggers. I don't need face. I need triggers. Here we go. And I need my dragger. So, a little behind the scenes, huh? So it's like puppeteering. It's kind of cool. And then I did the wrong. I wanted to do a thumb here. So I'll go down and just do thumb. Back that up. There you go. Hand movement number 1. Out of a couple hours of this. No, it's 7-8 minutes. So not too bad. Let me move this over so I can see chat still. I figured I'd take you along for service. Alright. I'll do this guy. Yeah, let's try that again. There we go. We'll blend these together. In my canister filter and address the age-old question of how often should you clean your canister filter? My answer is always when you lose. Go back to this hand. I wonder if I could do this so you guys can see. I can do real little, that's fine. Do you guys even see that? No. Whoa, right here. Okay, cool. Then you guys can see that. Oh no. Yeah, I can't do always on top. I don't know how to do that. Oh well. How do you research if you need anything? Like, see, with all your plants, you don't understand the science studies on bacteria or light. How do you research if you need anything? Like, see something with your plants. So I use, what is it, Google Scholar a lot? How did I find this one? I use Google, obviously, to hunt down articles. And this one, it came up on this. American Society for Microbiology. Click on the PDF, and it brings up, you have an excerpt, which is basically at the top of a study, a condensed version of what happened, what they found, and then you can get into the nitty-gritty. And so this is where I have an idea, a hypothesis, right? And then I don't feel qualified to go through a scientific study. I mean, I could, but I don't got letters at the end of my name. Actually, I do, but in a different way. So I rely on other people's studies. So I just Google what I'm trying to find. So this one was, I think I did, can nitrifying bacteria live with chlorine? And I got down the rabbit hole and got to this. And then this basically showed that with a lot of, can I zoom in? No, that didn't work. Oh, up here. This showed that in around 5 milligrams, I think is what it was, of chloramines, they were still showing nitrifying bacteria. It's a lot less. But for example's sake, in California, we keep around 0.2% of chlorine, not chloramines, which is different. And it was 88% of the samples showed nitrifying bacteria with it. And then there's contact time, right? So the higher the concentration, the less contact time you can have. So you have to kind of understand how to read these to some degree, or maybe have a little bit of a science background if you paid attention in school. But a lot of this will kind of show what their test was, have charts to back data and things of that nature. So down here, we can go up to more than 2,000 minutes of contact time before we start seeing maybe a drop off in nitrifying bacteria, which is crazy, right? So this is kind of when I see, no, not AI. I'll say this, you can use AI to help source articles. That's cool. You could use AI to read the article for you and synthesize the information maybe, but I just like to go digging around, especially if I'm really curious. I'll go digging around for these articles. But there's like Google Scholars, I think is what it is. Scholastic, Google something. Let me see. Google Scholar. Yeah, this is a good source. Google's or scholar.google.com, you can search cases, law type cases in articles, and a lot of this is just all in PDF format that people are sharing. So you'll find an article through this Google search, and then you'll find, this abstract, and from the actual source itself, you got to make sure it's a creditable source. A lot of these kind of will be more than like obviously something on some headline on Facebook or something stupid, right? So this is it. So I'll know something is a truth, and then I'll go searching for evidence that backs that. Like this was one of them. I'm like, I've been rinsing my canister out in tap water for years, and I don't want to go tell someone it's okay until I have something to back my claim, which is generally a scientific study. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. That's how I do it. But I mean, you can search, man. There's a lot of studies that people post, and you can learn a lot. And then it's just not like BS. It's not someone just pulling it out of their butt, as you see a lot on these Facebook groups. And people try to argue with me, and I'm like, well, science would disagree with you, and I like science, so here we go. But anything, man, like, I don't know, maybe try to find an article on the para of the sun and see what you come up with. That'd be fun. But you can sometimes, though, there aren't articles, and that's where it gets hard. But I found it was funny. There's the age-old question of why EcoComplete is better than gravel but less than an aqua soil. And I found an article on volcanic basalt and its CEC, the cation exchange capacity of it, and it's like right in the middle. Well, maybe closer to inert. But gravel has like a CEC of like 1 to 3, somewhere in there. EcoComplete has a CEC of around like 14 to 16. Aqua soils have a CEC of around 45 to 50. So there's a huge jump. So it's like, yeah, it's better than a gravel, but not better than an aqua soil, as people like to claim. Oh yeah, it's just like an aqua soil. No. And so then you're speaking educatedly on it, and then if they want to, run in circles and talk like an idiot, that's kind of on them. But you have some. He's like, here, check this out. It contradicts what you're saying, which is funny. Liked getting to see what you do. Oh, cute. My girls were watching me. Okay. I don't think that'll work. Maybe I can make that work. A little janky, but that's okay. Flow or turnover with the canister, because it's clogged with detritus and other things. And I try to break it up anytime you're putting in or pulling out. So I'll do a little hand movement here. Just adds more life to them, right? Something like chemical filtration. Since you already got it open, might as well clean it out. I'm running a Phyl 306 on. That's the part we were animating. The Visemes. There you go. Visemes died. I'll do that off stream just because it's painful. On my 30-gallon water box, it provides around 10 times turnover, which is what you want to shoot for in your aquarium. And if you don't know already, we are huge fans of canister filters, and we'll show you why. But first, we need to pop. Okay. My whole light fell in my tank. Oh no! Oh. Yeah, screw community pages. I'm a part of them. Screw me too. But yeah, in forums, it's a lot of blind leading the blind, which is can be helpful, right? There's a lot of experience in some of these, and me too. I have 20 years of doing this, and my gut tells me do something or don't do something, but I don't have scientific data on why, right? And I was a part of another podcast for a while. Those guys are super smart, where I'd be like, this is what I do. I mix this, I mix that. I have to drop the pH in the cage, and then the pH drops, but the pH stays. I don't know why it happens, but it does. And they're like, oh, it's because scientifically. So, they could school me on what to do or what not to do with science. But so there's some of that, but I would Google what is copper dioxide. Can copper dioxide harm fish or something to that matter, and see if you can find a scientific study on it. Because that would be cool. That'd just be cool, an experience for you to learn how to recall scientific data, and then you're educated, you're informed, right? Then you can go into a group or a forum and say, hey, this is what happened, and nobody can argue with you. I mean, they can, they probably would, but you'd have the data, just be like, no, look at, there's that's what I do. There's one, what is it? Lighting spectrum. My article out on my website. There's two universities, University of Michigan and Utah State. And it's University of Michigan's agricultural department produced a study that showed a certain spectrum is ideal for plants. And I synthesized it for people to try to make it more understandable, obviously, for the masses. And now I say this is what I run. I run it on all my tanks. I don't know if you can control the spectrum on a CR light. I don't think you can. I think it's fixed. But if you could, check that article out. And actually, look at the source down at the bottom. There's two of them, and they're a decade apart, but they're kind of showing the same thing. Both of them are. So it kind of, in my mind, is like, okay, not much has changed over 10 or 15 years between these two studies. Like they've found something, obviously, right? Like they have that data. So it would be cool for you to learn to do that, and then you can be like, copper dioxide is poisonous at 5 parts per million in 30 gallons of water, and then everyone just get mad and argue with you anyways. But at least you're right. So I'll give myself a little runway here. Just a little. Okay. Pop out this aqua stop. Then it goes to. So with the filter off, this is why I do this. Red lever out of the tank. Then pull up on the red lever. So then we'll find that 53 seconds. So then I know he's in the bottom left. I'm going to point to the upper right. Isn't that cool? That's fun. To release the aqua stop. And voila! The aqua stop just... Oh, I didn't read this. Finally decided to cross my finge. Use pre-absorb and wait. Oh. Use chemical filtration. Hopefully that works. That's a bummer, dude. You lost the light. It happens, man. I've got an old Twin Star 900S first gen, and the legs are starting to give out on it. So if I continue to use it, I have it on a grow up in behind me, and that's what that light, the brightness is for my Tropica cups I sell. If I'm going to continue to use it, I got to find a way to like JB weld the light on or the feet on, because they're fixed. But it sucks, it's like, I don't know. It was a $300 light, and then it's down the drain because the legs burst on it. I don't know. Okay. Pops right out. I just had to make sure I didn't pull too hard on the tubes. That's the top of the time. Oh yeah, I broke my lily pipes last night. But it's been a while, so I can show you. I'll take a soft toothbrush. So 115. Yeah, so we'll switch hands. Oh shoot. 115. Bam. And brush off all this stuff off the top of the canister. Ooh. I even get into where the pump is and brush off all the gunk on. Do this guy. Oh, shit. Started too quickly. Like his little thumb. It's funny. And I pull out the motor inside of that. Then I pull out the motor and brush that off as well. But I even get into where the pump is and brush off all the gunk on the inside of that. Then I pull out the motor and brush that off as well. Put the towel and get inside the motor's housing. Gunk can build up. 135. No point here. Ooh, that one I'll do the okay. That'll be fun. There you go. There you go. Reducing your motor's performance. Then I'll put the pin back in, pop the motor back in. No, let me check something else while I'm working. What are... I don't understand in chat what the... Phoenix, you got a crown next to you and a 2. What does that mean? Oh, you're a top fan. What does top fan mean? I don't know. Top fans. Let's see. Reactions. I'm still new to all this, man. Streaming stuff. Live chat. Okay. I can filter it. Well, I'm glad I found that. All messages are visible. Oh, I didn't have that on. Oh. I do now. That would have sucked if like someone was commenting and I wasn't able to see it. But I can see everything now. Okay. I know for next time. Thanks for being a top fan. I'm not sure what that means, but that's awesome. And close up the lid. I even like to check the in. YouTube is right about being a top fan. Good. I'm glad I'm hanging out with fans. That was the whole thing. Not to stroke my ego or something, but allow you guys to ask questions while I'm working. I'm here. You know, I'm doing something else, but I can at least just pop a question in. Or pop a question out. Pop an answer out to a question. There you go. See all this gets. Bye, Felicia. One thing I do think is important is to pull out this little pin and get inside the motor's housing. Gunk can build up, reducing your motor's performance. Then I'll put the pin back in, pop the motor back in, and close up the lid. I even like to check the inlet of in your study laboratory. Your tap OMG, your tap water's hitting your filter. Okay, before someone roasts me. Yeah, this is why I like the scientific data. Before someone roasts me, there's a whole scientific study on this. So screw your opinion. This is what we're sticking with. Oh, was there a commercial on that? Oh, commercial popped there? What the hell was that? So yeah, what I was saying before the commercial cut me off. Found an article obviously on chloramines, and it's if someone argues with me, I'm like, well, you know, this study shows that we can rinse stuff off with tap water and be fine. So, you know, again, if you want to play it safe, you can just use your tank water, obviously. But I think people need to not like freak out about using tap water on their stuff. Dang. I have a company that owes my company a lot of money and won't pay it. So now we're doing legal stuff, which is not fun. Come to find out. Here we are. They still owe me money and they got to pay it. Okay. Oh. Okay. me in the comments. A study by the State Water Laboratory, Engineering and Water Supply Department of Salisbury, South Australia, say that 10 times fast, found that nitrifying bacteria was detected in 64% of samples collected from yeah. Do a little one on this side. Time is I gotta keep an eye on time. I learned that chlorinated is, I think how you say it, and it's with chloramines and not chlorine. Otherwise, it's chlorinated. The more you know. It is a lot of chlorine. Also, Phoenix, did you know chloramines is a chlorine and ammonia put together? You dump that in your tank, think you're dumping in fresh water, and then the ammonia feeds staghorn algae. It's funny, everyone who's got staghorn, I'm like, it's either your filter or your chloramines. A little bit higher in the chain belt. Not sure what that means. Okay. So where is this? Off the nitrifying bacteria. And there is a chance that it just won't kill it at all. Of chlorine. For some perspective, in California, we only have chloramine. So this means not only do you have a bunch of nitrifying bacteria living with chlorine or chloramines. Oh, cool. Good. Yeah, it's funny. You could think you're doing good by doing big water changes. And then you realize you're just dumping algae food into the tank. I had that same problem when I was trying to fix the phosphate issue with the local rocks disintegrating. And then come to find out, I had a phosphate spike with my tap water, and that had 0.5 to 0.75 parts per million of phosphates in it. So I'm doing large water changes to try to remove the phosphates, dumping more phosphates into the tank. And then I was like, oh, I don't want to go back to using RODI water, but it's the cleanest way to do it. I live in the mountains. My water's super soft. It's great. Tap water. But I get these phosphate spikes. When the system's mature, I can use tap water. But when it's new, it's not mature enough. I can't. But anymore, I went back to RODI. I just wanted a nice looking tank, and it's the, cleanest way to run your tank in water and all that jazz. Is we have all the control ever, right, with our GH and KH. So long as you're not using salty shrimp, you have that individual control, which is nice. Let's see. Living with a lot. Whoa. Okay, how long don't they? But they're living with a lot of chloramines. For third tap period, to fix it off
all
the fact that most of this will see the water, and you'll be fine. I'm all the way at 312, so I got a minute worth of hand stuff I gotta do. I think here I point to my chart. Oh, caught it. We'll just clean it up. Let's see, I saw you commented. Oh, dude, yeah. I was in Long Beach, California for most of my teens, 20s, and then a little bit into my 30s. The GH there was 28, and the KH was like 24, both in the 20s. The water was so hard. And that's what caused me to learn water chemistry was moss would die within 7 days. Neon tetra would die within 48 hours. I was like, what am I doing wrong, right? And it was like the last of the Mohicans for me to learn. I was already using aqua soils. I had a good light for what it was at the time. And I was like, what the heck? And as soon as I got into RO and remineralizing, night and day, right? Like, and I don't know, people are like, tap water's fine. And it's like, not everyone has the same tap water. Not everyone is even using municipal water supplies. Some people have well water. Like, and that can have a bunch of organics and other mineral stuff in it. Like, yeah, so RODI is the best to go. I try to reserve it only if someone needs it. So like when I'm mentoring people, we'll go through everything else. We'll go through, you got your good PAR, you got CO2, you got good nutrients, you got a good fertilizer, you got good filtration, right? Yep. Still having algae issues, it's your water chem, and then you have to switch over. But, I try to work with what I got until then, because I don't want to put everyone on RODI water, only because it increases the labor. You have to run it and get it up before or make a bunch before you can put it in the tank. And if you start making things harder on people, then they'll stop doing water changes. And then once they stop doing water changes, the whole system goes to poop. You can get away with a week or two, but you go months without water changes, you're going to have problems, especially if you're then changing with water, back with tap because it's easier, and then GHKH is fluctuating. It's just a mess. So I try to avoid it, but sometimes it's unavoidable. Close that up. Let's see.
Cold plunges, gratitude journals, screen detoxes. How do you know
I think
what
I'm
actually
pointing
works?
to. So,
The 4.9
rinsing your
rating from
mechanical.
1.7
We'll put a link to
million
this
client
rinsing your
reviews,
mechanical
you're
and
in good hands
biological
with BetterHelp,
filtration and tap.
where you can talk with real licensed therapists, not AI. Wellness shouldn't be overwhelming, and therapists can help figure
I'll
out
do
what's
the
best
thumb
for you.
again.
And yeah, it might involve a screen detox. Visit betterhelp.com/pressplay for 10% off your first month. That's betterhelp.com/pressplay.
What would you do if your online
A little
store
head
converted
turn.
36% more
This
shoppers?
is, yeah, you most
could take
likely will be fine.
36% more vacation,
I can't speak for everyone, unfortunately.
open a new retail location.
Like we're
with
saying,
36% more
everyone
square
has
feet.
different tap water, right? I
Hire
can't say
36% more
everyone.
help.
You're hired and you're
'Cause I don't know what everyone's using.
Shopify has the world's best converting checkout, up to 36% better than other e-commerce platforms.
So you can
What do
check it
do
out
with those
yourself.
extra
You can do
sales?
one on this
It's up
side.
to you. Switch to Shopify today at shopify.com/Pandora
See, look at more
and get a
more
one-month
mouth
trial at
movements. Visemes getting all
shopify.com/Pandora.
messed up. Is what it is. If we top off with RODOI, will it reduce the GH? No, it will not. Because there's no mineral content in RODI water if you're at a TDS of 0. Even if it's a couple, you're fine, right? Topping off. I have F-zones. I have a couple auto top-offs, ATOs. I really like F-zones because it's really compact. I have another one, Prism, that I used on a reef tank. It's longer, and I don't want that big, long thing in the tank, and the F-zone one's really little. But that you attach RODI water to it, and you're good. I have a 5-gallon underneath my cabinet, and it just pumps RODI water back in. So yeah, the problem you run into is when H2O specifically evaporates out of the tank. You still have all that mineral content within the tank. It's just getting concentrated, right? And then you're topping off with tap water, which has minerals in it. You're adding more minerals. H2O is evaporating. It's getting crushed. It's getting condensed, concentrated over time if you just keep doing that. So people do that. They'll just do, I just topped off my tank for 2 years with tap water. Like you're on a path off a cliff, and at some point, straw that breaks the camel's back, the whole thing just crashes. Everything dies like very quickly. And then I don't know what happened. I don't know, well, you didn't do a water change in 2 years and you tapped off tap water for that long. That's probably what happened. But I don't know. I try not to make fun of people that are just ignorant in a polite way, by definition, just uneducated on the subject, right? So let's educate them, and so they learn. I don't like when people are just blatantly like giving poor advice, or like telling someone to put calcium carbonate in their water column with no understanding on what calcium carbonate is and what it does. And I've helped people who had caridina, and someone's like, for shrimp, you need calcium carbonate. It's a calcium supplement. And then their whole tank goes to poop, kills all their caridina, and like, oh, you didn't think to ask like what kind of shrimp they had? Or do you know what? I usually ask people, do you know what calcium carbonate is and what it does to water chemistry? No. then it's like, do not prescribe that to people. You can really mess someone's tank up, man. That's for sure. With old tap water. Oh, no. Try that again. Okay, so I think that's where 130 something. Oh. Tap water. Prefer to play it and out the mechanic, and you'll be fine. Okay, let's move in like over right here back into the That's where we get into the video. Make sure that this grate here on top is clean and free of debris. This is where the water flows back. Over, but I want right here on top is clean and free of debris. This is where the water. Okay, cool. Nailed it. Flows back into the tank, and if this thing gets clogged, it's no bueno. Now the top
you're gonna have seen the whole video by the time I release it.
Tray on this canister is the last tray that the water flows through.
But you know, it'll be cool because then you
get into these trays. I'll just give this a little one over, but I want to show you this. You'll definitely want to make sure that this grate here on top is clean and free of debris.
You'll see the
this is where the water flows back into the tank, and if this thing gets clogged, it's no bueno. Now the top tray on this canister is the last tray that the water flows through. It's the last. Oh, it didn't. My spacebar didn't work, so I'll clean that up. I put my filter floss in here just to make it easy to service and polish my water crystal clear before it goes back into the tank.
That was, man.
If you don't know already, we're huge fans of filter floss. This was after like 3 or 4 months. It got so gunked up. My daughter tossed in like a huge can of fish food while I was taking a nap or sleeping or something like that. And I was telling Mike earlier, it's taken me forever to get everything all cleaned up and get back to where I should be. But in the cleaning process, I did like 3 100% water changes, 3 additional 100% water changes. And it kicked all this crap up and the filter just sucked it all up. And then I haven't been able to get in to clean it out. So here we are. And I haven't touched it for 3 to 4 months after this event, and I got in and it was just nasty many times. But the time you are one information sticking with my freshman. Yeah, I do that too, man. There's a lot of people I like to watch, and I binge and I learn, and I don't pick stuff up the first time, so then I watch it 2 or 3 times, and like each time I watch it, I'm that much more knowledgeable. So then more things stick that I didn't get last time. I do that too, man. Oh, I'll do that. I'll go like this. Okay. I'll put a link in the description below for the filter floss that we use. But look how nasty this stuff is. Just leave it as a. Does this get rid of that? No, I got it. I'll just keep my finger in the air. We'll blend it back. No wonder I was losing flow. It's black and also very heavy. Okay, now normally I would just add something like hair moves excess phosphates in your tank. Something like this would be great if you were dealing with like hair algae. This is where I talk about the problem I had and how I've solved it. Does those? Not really, man. I don't know. That's something I could do a little scientific study on. 2 tanks, throw some ammonia in it, throw API quick start. I'll say this. I'll differentiate the types of seeding bacteria. There's the dormant stuff, which is like C-chem stability and API quick start. That I don't really feel like it's worth the money. If it does speed it up, it's like by a couple of days. So then you're spending money to speed stuff up a couple of days. To me, it's like just learn the patience from the get, right? Nothing in this hobby happens quickly. It is all long arcs of marathons of husbandry and your ability to keep it on the rails for a sustained period of time. That's what shows in our tanks, right? Not these quick dose in a bottle type things. And as you've seen, we need very little from my videos. We need very little product, to keep the stuff on the rails. You need remineralizers. One of them is baking soda, which is cheap. You need some fertilizer, which I have in my kit, and that makes things really cheap for the hobby. Some CO2, which once you get the gear, it is cheap. That's it. There's no more bottle stuff. So back to what I was differentiating was Turbo Fritz 7. That is actually live cultured bacteria in a bottle. That will speed things up like crazy, 4 times. Like you can cycle a tank in like 7 days with that stuff. Again, it goes back to you're not learning patience. You're learning to throw a bottle at something, which sometimes can work. Like in this case, I'm talking about GFO removing phosphates from your water column. And if you have a phosphate problem and if it's constantly leaching and your tap water has phosphates in it, you can't just water change it out. That's where I was. My aqua soil was leaching phosphates actively and a lot throughout the week. I had to have something that was in the tank constantly battling that. And that's where GFO I had to use. I didn't have another option. Even doing 2 water changes throughout the week rather than 1 wasn't keeping it low enough to get rid of the hair algae. So I had to have something in the tank full time. That's why I used what I used. But it helps. The seeding, the seeding bacteria kind of helps, but I don't think it's worth it. And then again, if you want to use Turbo 7, you can. It'll cycle something really quick. I like the idea of using it more around. Let's say you crash your cycle, and you want to protect your livestock and get it up and running as quickly as possible. That's when I would be like, dude, go get a bottle of Turbo 7 and toss that in your tank. So then you're not doing a whole new recycle with livestock in the tank and protecting them, right, from ammonia burns and the stuff their gills go through with ammonia in the tank. That's kind of where I would recommend using Fritz 7. Other than that, learn to be patient from the get. Nothing in this hobby happens quickly. My business partner set up a reef tank. I've been throwing that at him constantly. You need to learn to be patient. You need to take your time with this. It'll take a full year before anything matures, before the system really matures, and then you can kind of start cruising a little bit. But he's on the reef side of things, and who knows? Maybe he'll set up a plan. It takes some time. I'll convince him. Okay, shit. I forgot where I was. Or BBA as the cotton filtration that removes excess phosphates in your tank. Something like this would be. The side. Oh, let me actually do this. there's a way I can pause streaming if I ever get pinged by something at work. Okay, what? Halfway done with the video. It'd be great if you were dealing with like hair algae or BBA, as the cause of those is generally an imbalance of phosphates to nitrates. If you're struggling with algae, check out the articles section on our website. We have in-depth articles on the most common. Can we make our nutrients at home like we do for potted plants, like compost tea? Yeah, dude, you gotta check my kit out, bro. Hold on. Pull this over. On my website, go to, let's see, yeah, you can see that. Shops, plants and care, this guy. Dude, so what it is 2 bottles, but you get, with the first, I'm gonna back up. You buy the kit, you get the bottles, the labels, the recipe, which is my recipe of a modified EI method, and you get 1 dose, essentially. All this white powder goes in the macros, and the brown powder goes in the micros. And then you dose these. But then you just buy the salts themselves, dude. And I'm not the only one that sells these salts by any means, but you can buy these refills here. And if you get an extra large kit, it comes out, it's $35. It comes out to $1.75 to dose, to fill up both of the bottles. So $175 will give you both bottles filled. That's so cheap, especially if you got like a lot of tanks, man. No, I don't ship to. I could. It might be expensive. You could and this is why I give my recipe away, because if we can't work something out, you can hit me up on the website. I could ship to India. It just might be a lot as far as shipping goes, but it's really light. It's under a pound, and the box is pretty small too, so I probably could get you stuff into India. Well, let's chat. You can hit me up on the website. But I have my dose here, so you can check it out on the website, and the 4 compounds. So KNO3 nitrates, KH2PO4 is the phosphates, K2SO4 is the potassium, and then CSM plus B, but you could also use Plantex's micro mix, I think is what it's called. And then, how much goes in each of these bottles. So you could jump on my website, look at what I'm doing, and then source this stuff locally. I'm pretty sure India's got a pretty big aquascaping community. I'm pretty sure you could find these dosing bottles locally and these compounds, and then just follow my recipe on the site. But it's so cheap, dude. The $30-something on for an extra large. Oh, that's not it. The $38 or whatever it is, lasts me in my 30-gallon like a year and a half, 2 years. It's ridiculous how cheap it is to be dosing this kind of stuff. Might be probably, yeah, that's the thing. But again, I don't know, man. You said shipping might be more expensive than the actual product. Probably would be. I think I shipped something recently to the UK, my canister filter, and it was like $40. But the guy was like super adamant. He like really wanted this little kid, so I shipped it to him. But yeah, see if you can just source the stuff locally first. I don't know how you would do that or what marketplaces you have to do that in India with. But you could find the compounds yourself and then just mix it all together. And all you're doing is mixing it with RODI water, really hot RODI water, and you're off to the races, man. So that's something, you could find and source locally. And it'd be a little cheaper. I make money off of the kits, obviously. But the goal is to help others get onto a cheaper method of dosing first rather than buying like all-in-ones. Like I think you guys use LCA? What's your common, I'm trying to remember, in India. I think you guys are using APT a lot now. I know the Philippines is. And LCA is more like Australia, but I don't know. Hit me up. I don't know. Well, I can look at it. If you give me an address, we can kick it through. And if you can't source stuff locally, maybe you just or if you can't source the bottles and all that other stuff, maybe you just get the kit and then you can try to find the salts and stuff on your end. And algae we deal with in the hobby. Now, what was I saying? Oh, if I leave this... man, I'll help you try to get stuff sourced. I'm not money hungry by any means. Okay. GFO in for 2 kit. Now we've sense to nitric we deal with in the hobby. Now what was I saying? Oh, if I leave this. They should see. Let me check something else. Getting workings. From you the. I don't. Okay. GFO in for too long, it'll start leaching the phosphates back into the water column. This goes for all chemical filtration. So I had to ditch this kit. Let's keep rinsing. Now for those of you that you said. Okay. So then I go away. How long do I? Till 5:23. You just scrub these little ceramic rings. They just form a little detritus on the. Okay, let's put my little arm out. Bring you back. Here you go. Outside, which can reduce their efficiency. But the big issue with these is not using tap water. Not using tap water. It's letting them dry out. Since I'm trying to get everything out of the canister and clean it up, I can't keep the rings in there. So I'll fill up a bowl of tap water and put it off to the side for now. Filter. Oh, dope, dude. That's cool. Yeah, I mean, I stole the design too. The True canister, or True filter, or just True. I don't know the name of the company. They have a little mini canister, and it was cool. There was just, it felt more expensive than it should have been, and I wanted to have a smaller nano one canister for myself, and didn't want to. I had a True canister, but I'm like, this is too expensive for what it is. So I started creating mine, and it started off of designs from True, and then some stuff I found on YouTube as well. Like, how simple is this? It seems really simple, and it is. My problem that I've had with manufacturing them myself is drilling everything out. And I've got a buddy, Ben, shout out to him, who's a welder, and he's been teaching me how to drill aluminum. And so you get really refined holes so that you're not getting leaking and other things happening. I actually just got some stuff this morning to help with that process. But yeah, man, steal the design. It works really well. And I've seen people use like Tupperware and other things, PVC and stuff, to create filters like mine. It's really just a pump that draws water through a couple of stacks of something. And I've even seen trickle filters where the water, just gravity pumps up to the top, and then gravity pulls it all through for like ponds and big aquascape ponds. And it's really just putting water through media somehow. But that's cool. That's cool that you actually also saw the canister itself in India. That's pretty cool and impressive. I'm gonna try to finish this up
Those
real
out
quick.
of the way. Let's dump this canister out so we can get to
And
the
then I
bottom.
gotta pack some orders to get them
All
out.
that nasty stuff. Sheesh. This is only after 3 to 4 months. In this first tray, which is down at the bottom, I have medium plants, but to zip prayer lighting. Tried it in this instance. Now install the chemical, the very unchemical, and the very crystal clear. Cause a little bit set. Down. Escape the push open, and I'll push the face thing. That's a lot of questions on Facebook groups like how again. And I'll pull on the priming knob a few times just to push that last little bit of air out of the canister.
708. I feel like I should have popped up before that, but I'll double check. 708. I'll do this one.
I see a lot of questions on Facebook. Group prime I've found is to get alternative system for aqua is maintaining your tap water, is maintaining our canisters. And maybe in the future.
733. It's been fun hanging out with you, Phoenix. I appreciate you doing so. Makes my workday fun. Goes by fast.
Sure, you won't be so worried about using your tap water if it makes things easier for you performing your canister maintenance. But if you want to play it safe, again, you can always use your tank water.
Use your tank water. We'll emphasize that. We'll do it on this side. I think I need a new keyboard. My space button is not working as it should be. I got a lot of people who watch me or are not subscribed. So do so. Help me out. I got so little subs. I don't really care, but yeah, Phoenix, you guys got F-Zone in India?
All right, we got to get going. We got another video we got to make for F-Zone's new solo light they sent us. We're pretty excited about it. Okay, later, Scapers.
Oh, I didn't even bring me back. I'll do that. I'll bring me back so I can wave. Later, Scapers. Oh, you don't? They're good. They're a good company. I love them. Quality is good on what they sell, and it's reasonably priced, so we're not squeezing hobbyists. We have to import them. Oh, it probably jacks the price up too. Okay, so that's that. So what I'll do is I'll grab this, and then we'll export this with alpha Phyl to. No, it's not what I want. Why do you keep doing that to me? Okay. Go back to After Effects. We'll kick this out. I'll do new re-render, and then I'll go pack orders. So Phoenix, if you got any questions, now is the time, because I'm getting out of here, at least on stream. Get rid of this guy. Go back. What's missing? Pre-comps. Why is pre-comps? Pull that out. Algae. Oh. Buy an auto top assistant after watching your video with the price is as much as the light. Oh yeah, that's not cool. They have ones I would look at that are like a clip you put on the side. I don't necessarily care for them, but it's a clip on the side of the tank, and then you put a bottle in it. So you got a bottle hanging off the side of your tank, which again is why I don't like it. I want to see nothing in my aquarium. But if you had to do something like that, you know, maybe that would help bypass getting an ATO, because if they're not cheap in your area, that kind of sucks. Nope, we'll catch you next time. Yeah, man, keep an eye out for me going live. I want to try to do it more. You know what I'll do too here? I'll do this NDI plugin, character animator. We'll see if it crashes. I've been having a problem with it crashing. So here, pull it over here. I'll go YouTube live. We'll turn stream on. I'll pull them in like this. And then I'll calibrate. Okay. And that should... Oh, I need to do one more thing. It should allow me to... There you go. Now we got live Vizemes. Hey, there we go. Do I have my shadow on? Shadow's not turned on. Turn my shadow on. Now we'll see if this holds. This is, I guess, why I was actually doing all this stuff. Replace footage file. Aquascape, videos, canister, algae, part of the website. Where did that go? No. Was it this? Back. VLC. Let's see if we can find this. Where did I put it? Did I delete it? Servicing your canister filter. I don't see it anywhere. Oh wait, that's why videos canister filter. No, it's that. DJI. Oh, here you go. Yeah, that is it. That was right. Okay. Why is this locked up now? Because of that. Okay. There we go. That's good. All right. So then we'll go here and I'll say servicing, replace. And we'll replace it with Phyl 2. Is Phyl 2 done? Phyl 2's done in 31 seconds. Hey, we're solid. We're not crashing. That's kind of cool. Next time I can work as Phyl. Working on Phyl as Phyl. That'd be fun. After Effects. Computers are nuts, man. The fact that I can do all this live just blows me away. So now we gotta have movements. Yay! So tonight I'll have to go through and fix the mouth stuff. So that's a little boring. And then I have to create a transcript for it, and then I have to create a thumbnail for it, and then I have to... It's never ending. That's fine though. Life of a YouTuber, right? Okay, so I'm gonna kick this out, and then I'm gonna jump off stream. How long was I on for? Holy shit, 2 hours. That's crazy. H.264. And for the two of you that did hang out with me, you made my day. I appreciate you guys. And I'll try to get on here maybe in the evenings when less people are at work and stuff, and try to answer some more questions. I feel like I need a topic to answer questions with, but maybe I don't. Maybe I can just work on Vizemes if I do, and then answer questions that way. I don't know. Last time I went live in the late afternoon or evening, I had a lot more people hanging out with me. Maybe it's like I assume it's like a work thing. So tonight I got a gig. Maybe Monday evening I can get on and finish out the Vizemes, get it live, push it live with you guys. That'd be kind of cool. Push a video live while on live. And then answer some questions that way too. I think evenings are a little better. Weekends would be too, but I'm chasing my kids during the weekend. So all that to say, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. If you missed the live stream, subscribe and hit that bell notification because it'll ping you when I'm on here. I want to try to start doing more live format stuff, as well as obviously creating videos, but I feel like it gives a chance for you guys to actually ask questions and get something more customized or tailored to your problem that you're having. So come on with me, hang out with me on the next few lives, and try to answer some of your guys' questions. Until next time, love you guys a long time. Plant deficiencies is a good topic. They are endless. Yeah, but they get solved with one thing, which is get a good fertilizer. But yeah, you know what? Next time I'll go live, I'll talk about plant deficiencies. I've got an article I can speak to on my website, and how I approach it. It's overly simplified in a great way. You don't have to be dosing all these individual nutrients and be chasing that from what we know from Leibniz's law of the minimum. But I'll do that. I'll do that just for you, Phoenix. On my next live, we'll talk about plant deficiencies.